Light and peace. Peace and light, brothers and sisters. Welcome to OahspeCollegeUniversity. Solution to yesterday's ancient knowledge. Topic of discussion today is where is paradise? Now, historically, we've had people in the continent of Asia, Europe, especially countries like India. They've used the word paradise to equivalent nirvana. This is true, right? But if a baby born yesterday was to ask any spiritual brother or sister, where is the locality of paradise? Majority of people will answer, they will say heaven. But we are talking about the longitude and latitude, or should I say locality. Where in heaven is this paradise place? Where is this heavenly kingdom? Where is this locality of paradise they people talk about? Now, don't get me wrong. Even though if you describe paradise as being heaven, you're right, but the distinction that OahspeC gives is OahspeC gives that clarity and gives you the exact information that you're looking for, so that our baby born yesterday asked this question, you're able to give at least a description saying it's located in this part of heaven, right? And the way you describe it, of course, you got to use the continent of our country to kind of give saying this part of heaven is located here. And I find it very interesting that the OahspeC gave that information of the locality of paradise. And when I saw this, I said, wait a minute, they're home to something. And the amazing thing about the OahspeC is that after giving that description in the OahspeC, it does not say that they had moved this locality of paradise afterward. So it gives me that assurance, or should I say that confidence, to post this video saying that the locality of paradise is in this location of the heaven above this particular continent. So I'm going to go to the OahspeC for a minute and give a description. Now this video is because I know what will happen is that you're gonna have, especially the Hebrew Israelite, but you know, my extra Bible or my Torah or my Tanakh or my King James Bible did not say that, you know. And what so there's this hot topic going on. There's a battle tussle between the OahspeCians and the Hebrew Israelites, and they want to uphold their so-called Bible as being the ultimate truth. But what they're forgetting to realize is that if the book or your information that you provide cannot hold on to reality, then it becomes a waste at the end of the day, right? So OahspeC stands to the test of time. Yeah, the book was published in America. It wasn't publishing because the Hebrew Israelites are concerned about how come this book was not published in Africa. You know, what they're failing to realize is that the Creator can use anyone to publish any book, right? So I'm gonna go to the OahspeC and decode this for a minute and explain a little bit. I'm not gonna go too much. I find it interesting that this information is really in OahspeC sitting here. Some see it. There's some people that read the OahspeC, they see it and they kind of glimpse it, and you know, your eyebrow just go up, and then you know you kind of ignore it. But I have seen it, I cannot ignore it, and my spirit just keep on pinching me, and I decided to do a post on it. The book of Simple and March, chapter 5, verse 24, verse 28 and 47. And I'm just going to be using the book of Simple and March. There are a lot of verses in OahspeC that do talk about paradise, but you know, where is it stationed? That's my focus. Where is it stationed, and where is the address of paradise? This is what the topic of discussion and this video is about. Book of March, chapter 5, verse 24, verse 28, and 47. Verse 24. March spoke again, saying, Behold, the time has now come upon the earth, when I will divide and allocate to each of his great division heavenly kingdoms accordingly. Verse 28. To Arabinia. Arabinia is a spiritual name for Africa. So when the spirits, angels, talk about Africa in heaven, they use the word Arabinia. Okay? Verse 28. To Arabinia, because she is the foundation of Jehovah's migratory host, who shall go forth around the earth. I establish a heavenly kingdom, and it shall be called Paradise. You see that? Verse 28. To Arabinia, that's the continent of Africa, because she is the foundation of Jehovah's migratory host, what shall come forth around the earth shall establish the heavenly kingdom, and it shall be called Paradise. You see? Now, verse 47, because if you're interested more to get more clarity, you can read the book of March, chapter 5 on your own. Hakapa, Lord of Paradise, a heavenly place over Arabia. So we learn two things in verse 28 and 47. First, or actually decode the locality where exactly is paradise. So when angels are moving from one place to another in heaven, when they go to paradise, they're actually having fun, or they're doing heavenly work, heavenly services above Africa. Right? Now, one thing that will come up is that, is it residing right above Africa itself? Now, that statement, I have to give clarity. The very first heaven above Africa itself is first resurrection. So let's just be clear. And then right above that first resurrection, there's a second resurrection. So the grade of spirits is where they can vibrate on, right? So this paradise have to be angels who, it will be above second resurrection now, or in between second resurrection or third resurrection. But the heavenly kingdom above Africa, where paradise is where all these angels been communicated. So when you read OahspeCollegeUniversity or any spiritual book outside of OahspeCollegeUniversity, when they kind of talk about paradise, just get that hint, food of thought for you, that it is most likely they're revolving around the continent of Africa, because that's the heavenly dwelling. Now, we've had the books, the spiritual books in India, they talk about Nirvana. Now, Nirvana is not even any atmosphere in heaven, nor is it an underworld heaven, nor is it a world between our world and the Ethereal now. No. So when the Indian book or the spiritual books in India talk about Nirvana, they're not talking about atmosphere in heaven. They're talking about a higher heaven now, beyond our human understanding. These are Nirvanians. These are Orions, Oitan angels, archangels. That part of paradise is way different from the first resurrection and second resurrection heaven. Okay? So I just wanted to drive that point so that in the future, when humans start asking questions, OahspeCollegeUniversity gives this clarity. And part of my job as a spiritual teacher is to expand and give clarity and explain it, so that our baby born yesterday, or baby born 2 or 3 years ago, we get proper understanding. Here you have it, OahspeCollegeUniversity decoding the heavenly locality. A portion of heaven above Africa is paradise. That's the name. Now, when you read further, OahspeCollegeUniversity didn't give saying, they change it afterward. And then another interesting stuff is that when they use that word paradise, I've read OahspeCollegeUniversity, okay, just to be clear, and I noticed they didn't make any changes. And if they do make that change, there will be a note or there will be a statement in the verses saying that they have moved the heavenly locality called paradise and they moved it to another region, to another continent above, for example, Europe, Asia, Gautama, which is America, right? Nothing like that. Okay, so I just wanted to drive this. So here you have it. We're actually decoding the locality above Africa as being paradise. So in the next video, in my future video, I'll be explaining another fantastic topic. Subscribe to my YouTube video. I know this might raise a lot of questions, especially with the Hebrew Israelites, but you know, post a comment. You're more than welcome to, you know, to challenge this. But I'm sure after you Hebrew Israelite read this, you might not even be challenged because you guys love anything about Africa. Anything about Africa, you love it. But here we go. Light and peace. Bye bye now.